It's Cosmine. Just let me handle this.
Marius? No. You must be a ghost. A curse.
That would be news to me.
You are alive. You... Asshole! You show your face now? Now?
Several times, but I hit more than I missed.
We used to be friends. Or so I thought. But then this Jitule left. Unannounced. No note, no nothing. Didn't even say goodbye to Iancu. And now you cozy up here, after 3 years, with an Aedyr and godlike, no less? No offense. What are you all doing at the ass end of the living lands anyway?
You know I wouldn't be here if it wasn't important. We need to speak to the council.
You know the rules. Outsiders cannot enter without express permission of the council.
Or with an honored warden.
Which you are not. I shouldn't even be talking to either of you. It's forbidden. From what? The gods? The dream Scourge? Solace stands alone. Nothing can touch us here.
The steel garrote is coming for the garden, and they won't let anything stand in their way. I'm serious. Let us in.
You know the position this puts me in. If I let you in, the council will have my head. Now, come on. That's not fair. Of course I trust Marius. I mean, I did. Once.
Cosmine, Solace Keep is in real danger. Do you truly think I'd come back here for anything less?
Gods damn it. I'm going to regret this, aren't I? I'll let you in, but be warned. Solace is not as it was, Marius.
I doubt it. Nothing really changes in Solace.
You'll see for yourself. The council isn't what it was. Keep a watchful eye. Lower it on down. Quickly now.
I admit it. Solace is damned impressive. Just be aware, the people of Solace are just as stubborn as its walls.
My gods, they're killing us. Outlander, my gods, help me. We're being slaughtered. The archives, please, gods. My brothers, my fellow monks, they changed into monsters before my eyes. They're tearing everything apart. If the archives burn, our history is lost. Oh my gods, how could this be happening? Oh, thank the gods. Bless you, Outlander. Friend, thank you. Head north along the main road. The archives are on a bluff. You can't miss the smoke. Look for Grigor. He'll know what you need to do.
We can't. You know we can't.
We must leave. We must leave.
We can't. We can't. They were sick.
Gods worthy of a god.
Ah, thank the gods. You're the first customer I've seen since this nasty business here started. Anyway, you looking to buy something? Bothered? Yes. Concerned? No. I am capable of handling myself. Don't you worry. The concern's appreciated, but I've got mouths to feed. Namely, my own. We all do what we have to do. Besides, better a death that people talk about for years to come than, starvation. So, care to take a look at my wares? Spare the wares a glance?
You Outlanders, help us! You! By the gods, deliver us! They've gone mad. They're destroying everything! The archives! My monks are tearing our books apart! I've lost my monks and most of our books. Over the last several months, books about the garden were already going missing. But the Book of Oaths and the Book of the Before, we must hold on to those. They are already dead. But the texts, our past and future that outlives us all, they can still be saved. The Book of Oaths is our living history, where the duty of every dwarf in Solus has always been marked. It is sacred. The Book of the Before is by Nandru himself. Every other work by him is accounted for, except this one. We've had several go missing, all to do with the garden. Gods only know what's happened to them. I can't believe it's theft. But we've never lost any before. Not in this number, at least. We recently brought the Book of Oaths to the parapet. It should still be there. And the Book of the Before should be in the main library. Now go, please. We've already lost so many precious texts.
You're a blessing, envoy. Thank the gods. Thank you. Yes, thank you. But I can't leave yet. I need a book. Once I have it, I can get out of here and start my life again in Solace. It's called The Book of the Before. Have you seen it? He what? Oh, no. Please, no, no. You've got to give me the book instead. Oh, I read it often when I first became a monk. It inspired me. I want it as a keepsake. Besides, no one else read it. No one would notice it missing. Please, just find it and bring it back. It should be somewhere in the archives proper. I'll make it worth your while. I'll be here when you've got it.
Sounds desperate. No way she's not up to something.
Don't disturb them. In the devour!
Seek!
To replace it. It looks easy when you do it.
Yeah.
Envoy, the book! I need the book. Have you got the Book of the Before? Wait. I don't know anything about it.
Think hard before you get yourself exiled. That attitude won't go far in Paradise.
Please, just give me the list. Me? That's an insane accusation. No, I can't do that. Just give me the damn list. No, please don't.
The books. For Nandru's sake. Do you have them? What is that? Let me see. This is every book that's gone missing. Dolna, were you so unhappy here that you had to do this?
The damage is probably done, but at least you can deal with the ones responsible.
I'll take care of this. I will inform the guards. They will imprison her and... Ugh, it did not have to be this way. No. It's a shock to me. I still can't believe it. But, well, there you are. Thank the gods. Let me see them. Mostly intact. Yes, the Book of Oaths is mainly intact, and the Book of the Before. Our work of rebuilding begins now. I hate to be curt, but I must ask you to leave us now. May this token show our thanks, and may Nandru's blessing find its way even to you.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen so many books in one place. And to think Elder Grigor was going to hide them away from everyone. I just wish I wasn't traveling with a man who agreed with him. And the monks are hoarders. What's the point of a library if no one can check out the books? No matter. What's done is done. I had just hoped that Pargroon knowledge could help the Pargroonen. Well, that's all I have to say on the matter, I suppose. Unless there's something else you wish to discuss? How can I help, darling? Don't let the bedbugs bite, dearie.
That's edible.
The council members are having real food.
An outlet.
Rot they've been serving up. We will talk about this later. Guest.
What is the meaning of this? Who let them in here?
They're here because I vouched for them.
Marius, you're alive.
There were rumors you died, Marius. We mourned you. You shouldn't have returned.
I trust you came back to us for good reason. I doubt that. There isn't an inch of this land the Wardens do not patrol, day and night. If the Stilgarroth were here, we would know.
And if they are here, let them come. Solus has stood against worse threats for hundreds of years.
They nearly destroyed a city full of animancers. If they come for Solace, even these ancient walls won't save you. If that's all you'll do, you might as well not do anything.
Although I wonder why we should bother trusting you. We heard that you were responsible for a great many deaths in Shatterscarp. Give me a reason to tolerate you for even a second longer. Indeed. But you've brought us news. Now I'm curious. What do you expect us to do for you, It sounds like you have something in mind. There is no path.
Nor has there been for hundreds of years. There was a bridge once, but it fell in Nandru's time. How do you know of our garden, envoy?
The garden is our sacred purpose, its observation and protection, a task handed to us by Nandru himself. He once wrote that the island spoke to him, perhaps as it has spoken to you.
The envoy does bear a remarkable resemblance to our founder, does he not?
The markings on your face, I recognized them. But I didn't want to believe an Aedyran could have anything in common with Nandru. Enough. I know you outlanders to be audacious, but claiming you read the lost journal of our founder, there are no words. If Nandru ever wrote such a thing, do you think the Pargrunen would forget it? Would the living archives misplace such an artifact? We did not lie to you. The bridge has fallen. The path is long gone.
If there is another way, envoy, you will have to discover it yourself. But I fear you will be disappointed.
It has and always will be our duty to watch over the garden. Even if we knew of the potential of another path, we couldn't tell you. Your facial markings might be similar to Nandru's, but we will not change our ways for an accident of flesh and cartilage. You are an outsider and will remain one forever. The agent of an empire bent on destroying all that we have built. Envoy, you and those like you are why we are here. The Wardens exist to stand in your way.
However noble you may believe your purpose, it is yours alone.
It's mine, too.
You have no more standing in these halls than the envoy does, Marius. We have no obligation, and indeed, no inclination to help you. I would expect nothing less from someone like yourself.
Goodbye, Envoy. Kostya, see the Envoy out of our halls. Enough time has been wasted on inconsequential matters.
With all due haste, Mihala.
And Marius, don't stay gone so long next time.
If this is the kind of warm welcome I can expect, I can't wait to come back.
Follow me, Envoy.
Might want to go talk to Mihala now, assuming we still want to do that.
Still lingering, Aedyran? Captain of the Wardens? He's away on an errand for me. What about him? Pompous Aedyran. I don't know how you found out, but I'd warn you to stay out of the Council's business. Petru's ideas are a danger to Solus and go against his oath. If you must pry, I can assure you, he is safe, and he will stay far away from Solus until he can be trusted again. You know what? I'd almost think you genuinely believe that if you didn't carry an Aedyran crest. Now be gone. I have other work to do, and I do not need to justify myself to you of all kith.
A leader who punishes those who speak against them. Sounds familiar.
Envoy, I just wanted a word before you went on your way. No, indeed. I feel I owe you an apology. The situation here is desperate. We have more mouths than food. The old sicken. The young suffer. But Mihala, well, she's a devoted warden to her core. I think she'd rather we starve than ask for help. Yes, she's more concerned about her pride than the fact our people are weakening from deprivation. She won't let our people leave, or speak with outsiders, or trade for the resources we need. There is no reasoning with her. Anything that doesn't strictly serve our oath to Nandru is treason of the highest order. It's why I play my part where she can see. I don't want to risk her wrath. I am. I know I can't win all of them, and I need to win the ones that matter. Mihala has firm principles, and I respect the strength of them. But it's all so pointless. If we stay in this keep, we will surely die. Neither our oaths nor this keep will prevent our people from starving. Change must happen. We need to leave the keep. Do you understand me? The keep decays, and we drown in a rot. The wardens defend a corpse against that which would revive it. We will not last here much longer. Not without food, building materials, medical supplies. I let an Aedyr trade caravan slip past our patrols, but that's hardly enough. We need so much more. All of which your ambassador in Paradise could provide. If I could only start the conversation. Information. You're looking for another path to the garden. I don't know if there is one, but I know who might. You were right, you know. The Stilgarot are in the mines at Mount Forja, looking for the garden even as we speak. If they haven't found what you're looking for, they will soon. I hear their commander is a determined woman. I lied to you. I'm sorry for that. I didn't intend to make you look like a fool. But I couldn't let Mihala know the truth. She would have had us rushing headlong to our deaths with no thought for how this situation could advantage us. The garden does not matter to me. Whether it's you or the Stilgarot who find it, I don't care. My people. Every person who is alive now, and every generation to come. The Inquisitor is a questionable creature, but she might be all that stands between us and doom. She has the Ambassador's ear. With her support, he might agree to trade with us. It doesn't matter how reasonable he is if I don't have his ear. I am an aging dwarf from a small, fanatical order on the ass end of a volcanic wasteland. Against Mihala's wishes, I have written to him many times. He refuses to lend his ear. But if a powerful ally were to speak on my behalf, there might be something I could offer him. Something like the keep.
You give them the keep? Have you lost your Sundan mind?
I understand ridding yourselves of the keep, but to help the Stilgarot? Disgusting.
The keep. Its inane traditions. None of that means anything to me. I want to offer up Solace Keep to Aedyr and the Stilgaroth in exchange for goods and gold. Its existence has cost us so much. The least it can do is buy a future for our people. She already knows what I intend. And she doesn't care. Because she doesn't believe your empire could see us as anything but rivals.
Any news, Andrada?
Sorry, Geoffrey. Captain. No, the Council still...
If you've brought me another problem, please go away.
Big mistake!
Glad that's... Take him down.
Who are you, Spirit? The plague's corrupted the rest of us. The Stilgaroth. Our minds. Broken. I won't let it take me. I'll keep my sanity. You're... not real! You can't be. No! Go away, Spirit!
The trap cuts. The fox cries at the pain of the hare. The justice of the wild.
Go away! Oh, I know you're not real. I'll stop you if I must. My soul is mine. Mine! It will not be despoiled. What was that prayer Ludwig taught us to banish the visions? Fearsome Woodica, by your withering gaze, I bind this tricksome devil. Oh, God, it's still there. I see the canopy of a tree inside your soul. No! Stop looking at me! I don't want to see it!
Oh no, the poor dear. I don't think he can be helped.
The ruiner, the rival, the seed of the poisonous tree. She said, she commanded me, the closer she draws us to the wood, the worse the visions become. Leaves and chains, roots and rot. When I close my eyes and when I wake, they never go away. Make them go away. The Queen receives petitioners from atop her burning throne. The Queen, she... None shall pass, she said. None but she and the Queen that was and always will be. Woedica, bind you, villain!
Someone press one!
I hear volcanoes have all sorts of pretty flowers growing around them. I'd love some for my hair.
Time for new armor! Now Let's go.
Saka sub-steel Garode slaughtered them and left them to rot. I say we paid them in kind.
What was that? It's the Yep. You at the roots. Please help me! I'm sick!
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't come. Here? No! The Steel Garrote took them all. I heard them screaming, but... Please. There is a friend of mine hiding in the summit. You have to help me before it's too late.
Right. We better get moving. Take a moment, people. The steel garrote left all this behind.
You'd need powerful magic to hide something like that. And I don't think Solace has any spare archmages running around.
I suppose it's possible the path to the garden is under the keep. You have no idea.
Someone had to tell them.
Doesn't matter. A steel garrote getting to the garden cannot be a good thing.
Nothing will keep them safer than taking out the steel garrote.
Whether they realize it or not.
Trespasser! She defiles our ground! Murderer! She is near!
You will go no further. The garden is under our protection.
And who is going to stop? The time has come to take the garden.
Wardens will never...
Yesterday, this island suffered in the grip of its own madness. Today, the living lands unites under one flag. One people. One law. One true God.
No! Never again!
They've all turned into green crows. Hurry in the brush!
Don't be shy, envoy. Come. Let's talk!
This looks like it could sweeten that artifact we found, actually. Let's try it out.
So here you are. Sapodal coaxed you toward the garden, a spider luring a fly to the safety of the web.
Who spins? Who rides? She weaves a trap of steel.
Look at my paladin's envoy. Look what your god has done to us. I should have realized it sooner. The Dream Scourge is Sapodal's weapon. A cudgel to drive us out of the living lands. And mortals have a right to secure their future. What a pair we make, envoy. Proxies in a war between gods. Your patron versus my faith. A war that ends here and now. The choice is ours. Do we trust our own judgment, or do we gamble it all on the monster whispering in your ear? You've seen what they can do in chains. Setting them loose would be a disaster. No matter where we turn, we find the consequences of Sapodal. Plague, blight, madness. The living lands hangs by a thread because mortals cannot live in the shadow of a god, much less one that's lost its mind.
We were fine living at the whim of a sleeping god until you came along and woke it up.
Well, this god was quite pleasant up until your steel garrote came in and started setting things on fire.
You and I alone can save the living lands by destroying the unending madness that is Sapodal.
You're asking me what to do about the god living in your head? I don't know, but killing a god sounds like a really bad idea.
I don't know your god all that well, but I know that Ludwine attacked Fjord without provocation. I'm in no hurry to trust her opinion.
Our time is short. Choose.
Break the bars!
Seems about right, I think.
Oh, that's a big decision. Can't we just talk to them first?
I knew it might come to this. Sapodal has a stronger claim on you than we ever did. Still, I had hoped your wisdom would prevail, if not your loyalty. What a shame to destroy so much potential. This battle has raged for millennia. If you will not finish it, then I will. Prepare yourself for the beyond.
Get me. Look left.
Seek!
Nice work. We did it! That steel garrote Korba died just like anyone else.
Oh, but she has a death guard. Maybe she won't stay dead.
The garden lit up and everyone changed. I hate to say it, but maybe Ludwig is right about Sapadal and the Dream Scourge. I really need to lie down. Just for a minute.
Vipers in the knot. The venom drowns us. Save us, please. They stand outside our prison. We rattle the bars, they do not hear. We scream, they do not answer. Truth! Truth! We are in agony! They come, a surging flood of parasites. They destroy us bite by bite. They eat us alive! Out! Let us out! Set us free! There are always more. New steel treads upon the ashes of the old. The light stands in the midst, the old light. It blinds us. Send it away. It hurts. It has always hurt this way. And our pain spreads, and the rot spreads. The plague grows. No. We see now. The mycelial roots tended with our blood and tears. We wanted to be patience and strength, but we were afraid. They hurt us and would not stop. We did not mean to. We were innocent. We were never taught the meaning of our strength. We were nothing once, and then we were. As we woke to the world, we reached out and we found them, the other gods. We thought they would love us, but they flinched from us like we were a flame. The Charred Queen called us an abomination. We tore chasms in the land and boiled its rivers to stop her magfolk, to save our people. How could we have known how fragile their bodies were? She hurt us, killed those who loved us. She wanted us gone, forgotten, destroyed utterly. Our rage crawls through the soil. We were innocent. Yet she made it our sin. She who caged us. She who called us monster. We thrash and the affliction rises. We scream and the rot spreads. We did not intend to lie. We only wanted to be loved. We only wanted not to be alone. They hurt us. We hurt them back. We hurt them again, again, again. We dreamed of green shoots, roses without thorns to prick. The vines of the past strangle us. Help us. We are alone. At last, gentleness, like the soft kiss of summer. We will make this better. We promise. Help us. Release us. Then the rot ends. We give you another sliver of our power, a piece of us. Do you accept? The parasites who trapped us left a door in the garden's wall. Reach it, and you can set us free. Let us aid you once more. You will see. Go to the stronghold at the edge of the Acid Sea, the one that overlooks our prison. One of the builders knew the way. We grant you our power. Find the wall of the valley across the Acid Sea. It cups our prison in its palm. It waits. We wait. Free us. End our suffering.
Who disturbs us? Hurry in the
What
brush!
amusing bird supplies! We climbed a mountain before it was all done. The usual.
Trespassers! Who goes?
Well, that was fun.
Get off me!
Arms up!
and seek!
Here they come.
Someone's eager to meet us.
We need to leave.
Oh, good.
Before all
Everyone's
of the dust
panicked.
is flooded with
We'll
lava.
get them next time, dear.
And then what? Start over with nothing? We'd be beggars in the streets.
I don't like the way that lava is rising.
That's why,
He's not the
Watch
one I'm
yourself,
worried about.
Outlander.
Someone's going to tell the outposts.
I knew it. The moment I saw that Aedyr Empire, I knew it was a bad sign.
Everyone, please, do not panic. Simply exit the keep, quickly and calmly, and... They're all going to die. Calm yourself. You won't...
Oh, Marius! Praise Abaddon! You are alive!
What's happening? Why is everyone running around like blessed fools?
The volcano erupted. Any minute now, we're going to be flooded. We're evacuating. Kostya's gone to open the lava sluice gates, but they've been disused for so long. When Forja erupted, I thought... Oh, my boy. I'm so glad you're alive.
Envoy, well, I'm glad you survived your trip up the mountain.
We're minutes away from being overrun by lava flows. I have to get my people out. You must leave now. We told you, we don't know, and this is hardly the time to be asking.
Tell that to the Steel Garrote. They found a way to the garden, and it's somewhere beneath the keep. They were about to storm your gates when the volcano erupted.
They're all dead, by the way. You're welcome.
The Steel Garrote were marching on the keep? How? Why would they think the garden was beneath Solace?
How could they have gotten anywhere close to such valuable artifacts? Kostya's scouts would have seen them and they didn't report. You weren't lying then. He was. Good God.
Could Kostya have told the Steel Garrote about another entrance to the garden?
No. If such a thing existed... No, I can't believe it. He wouldn't. We took an oath to Nandru. The garden was our sacred duty, and he betrayed us. I can't believe I didn't see this coming. I was a fool. I have failed my duties. Kostya. I knew he was making overtures, but I didn't think he'd go that far. The ambassador has not responded to Kostya's overtures, has he? I made sure of that when I threw the ambassador's replies in the forge fire. I understand how Kostya could be tempted by false notions of freedom and prosperity, but an oath cannot change. A duty should not change. I can't believe Kostya handed the steel garrote a secret we protected for hundreds of years. Meyu, who knows what he'll do with the sluice gates? He cares so little for the keep that I worry he's going to have us drowning in lava. Oh, no, I cannot ask you to do that. I love all my warden's envoy, even the traitors. But I will show you where Kostya has gone. If he wants to tell someone where the garden is, let him tell you. If you find that he's doing anything other than opening the gates that would protect our home from the lava, I would ask that you stop him.
Mihala.
I meant what I said. I do not wish to see him dead. But if he would risk the keep, then he risks our lives. We cannot suffer those who would harm us to live. Now I must return to the evacuation, and you must go on your way. Let's hope we don't need your wishes. If your arrival is indeed a message from Nandru, I hope he remembers his people well. I hope he is proud of us. And Marius, make it back to us in one piece.
I assume that's an order, Commandant?
Head through the door in the smith. You'll find Kostya in the lava tubes beneath the keep. Go now, and go with the gods.
They went through this door.
Few mycologists who could die happy here.
Magma's getting awfully hot. Might want to hurry.
We're in a bit of a rush, envoy.
Kostya left them behind to die. Blessed Korba.
It burns!
Here we go.
You asked for it.
voices silenced.
Kostya is going to start without us if we don't get a move on, dearie.
Let's go.
He's got company!
They wound us, and we wound in return.
We need to keep moving if we're gonna catch Kostya.
Look out!
Dead. Kostya isn't very loyal himself, is he?
Kostya isn't going to wait around for us. Keep moving. Kostya knew about this, he'd be selling tickets.
I've come across references to this before, but nothing prepared me.
We too!
The spark. Daylight. Essence we have not felt in centuries.
Soul of my soul. How did you find me here? A god beyond the grasp of gods. What is the wheel to a man subject to one like them? I told Sabadal not to look for me. I did not wish to be found. I have been here for so long. No one came looking. Andrew, you are blessed, my fellow Parkronan said. But I did not come here to meet Sabadal. I am hiding from them. I remember it all. I feel Sabadal's mind beneath yours, swimming in the deep. You should run. A child keeps a beetle in a jar. It does not know the beetle requires air, sustenance, freedom. It does not understand that if it shakes the jar, pulls off a wing, the beetle will be hurt. The child only wants to keep the beetle. It feels good to have control. We are both souls in a jar. Yours is just bigger than mine, for now. Nor will they here, where we are blessedly invisible to them. I pray my soul disintegrates to dust, to tatters. I pray my soul is lost and never never found again. True death will be a relief if it at last allows me to know silence. That was the name they gave themselves, stolen from the ancient souls whose deaths gave rise to them, to us. We were little more than appendages to them. That is why I must ask you to destroy them. You have seen them, as I have. Memories of their ancient, chosen children. Rips in the fabric between the here and the beyond that allow the dreams of the dead to leak through. Memories of the Aedyr. People like you, or I, who loved Sabadal and were betrayed by them. This land was once a jungle, rich, alive. I saw it through their eyes. The people tried to look after themselves, to rely less on Sabadal. But to be relied upon was all their god desired. They felled a tree, and for that slight, Sabadal turned their world to ash, ignited the breath in their lungs, and made their people into dust. Sabadal burned the world, and the people who revered them suffered for it. So that I would be confronted every day with what our God had done. So that I would not grow weak and give in. So that I would not go to them and do what they have asked of you. So that I would never set them free. No, their final death came later. A gift to the Aedyr from the true gods, who wished to bring their children back to them. Back to her. The rightful queen. She is the center. The center of everything. They shield you from the truth of what they are. The Dream Scourge has existed as long as they have. Don't you see? It is their infection. You, my brother, who are more brave than I, go now to the garden and hang the gardener from their tree. You need only walk a little more. You are nearly at the end. Ah. You know, I always meant to die down here. To siphon my soul into a lonely pillar, disconnected from the stone that makes our world. Disconnected from them. I only hope that Sabadal releases you to the same long peace. I do not know my end. In that I find a peace beyond any even the true gods can dream of. Do not thank me. Only do as I asked. Destroy them, brother. And when you see Wodika, tell her I said hello.
Envoy, you alright? We lost you there for a minute, but not like before.
Another day, another chat with Samadra. Though this one seemed different. So, do we have a plan for Kostya once we find him?
Kostya's already proven himself an enemy of Solace. Whatever you choose to do with him after we stop him is fine. The sluice gates are just ahead. Kostya's probably already there. Let's move. Lava's rising. We have to stop this now.
Made it. I thought all of you Aedyrans were killed when the volcano erupted. Help me destroy this witch. We can't risk someone turning it and opening the gates. If the keep falls so that we might live, so be it.
Interesting question, Envoy. Because it looks like he's doing the opposite of what Mihala asked.
Marius? Abaddon's balls, is that really you?
Why do people keep asking me that? Looks like you're trying to jam that winch and keep the sluice gates from opening. Welcome to Pargrunin politics.
You have been gone a long time, Marius. Things are worse than when you left.
When flooding the keep with lava will fix it?
We can't survive here in the Tusks any longer. They're already dying. In their spirits, in their faith, in our order.
So that makes it okay to kill them?
We can barely feed ourselves. Medicine is scarce. The damn keep is collapsing around us. I risk my own life down here to be certain most of them are saved. If the keep falls so that we might live, so be it.
Well, he has a point. But it's not worth letting Solace fall to prove it.
You, of all people, are speaking in favor of the suffocating grasp of tradition.
I'm talking about not destroying our ancestral home just because you don't like Nandru. You're just as blinded by those traditions as Mihala. Have the courage to leave if you want, but don't force everyone else to.
Then my conviction only grows stronger, Envoy. Nandru never wanted what was best for us. He built us a tomb and abandoned us to it. Do not speak his name to me as if it could mean anything to you. Ha! Finally! Proof she's got a spine. Well, Envoy, now's your chance. Are you going to be a good little minion and do as she asked? Or will you let me save my people from themselves?
A life for rubble, blood for the prison of old ways. We twine.
Stand down, Kostya. This just isn't your day.
Envoy, I understand that Kostya grates on the nerves, but perhaps we should...
So be it. And you are so close. The entrance to the garden is just beyond this door. I always knew it would come to this.
Watch yourself.
That it?
It's done. Solace is safe. Thank the gods.
Did the keep look as confining before?
Never thought I'd be so glad to see those blessed walls.
We've got company!
About the lack of ingredients again.
I've never been happier to see the keep
I
standing
told
tall.
you. I knew that Aedyr was a blessing.
I still can't believe that such
What happened, Aedyr? Is everyone all right? It doesn't matter. An oath is an oath. I swore it, and so did my people. Tell me about the keep instead. I don't care, envoy. Keep your blasphemies to yourself. Tell me about the keep. It is all I can ask for. Thank you. I cannot explain how afraid I was for my people and our home. Perhaps so. Either way, I understand now the nature of my errors. It will not happen again. Here. I once was this artifact's custodian, but I failed in protecting the keep. This belongs to one who has proven capable of guarding my people. I wish so much that things had gone differently. Marius, could I speak to you?
Right, did she just ask that? Or am I having another nightmare? Good. Let's save the hugs and tears for another time. Okay, let's hear it.
I'm so glad you're safe and that you're surrounded by good people.
All right. Waiting for the but?
There's no but waiting. That's all I wanted to say. Truly. I am genuinely happy you found friendship, Marius. You always deserved more than the world gave you. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh, you've always given me more than I deserved.
It was a true thing.
I feel crazy saying this, but Kostya was right. We should have let Solace Keep fall.
Crazy is one word for it. You really think you can just burn down someone's ancestral home?
Dearie, the keep isn't a home. It's a prison. And now the Pargrunen will never escape.
Solace is my home. I still don't get why any of you feel like you have a say in this.
But you left.
Because I chose to. Kostya doesn't get to make that decision for everybody.
If Kostya doesn't, Mihala will.
Exactly.
The Pargrunen have always had the choice to leave, and we've seen very few take it, dear.
You saw how hard it was for Amalia and her people to leave. They were only allowed to because you found an extraordinary loophole. If anything, I imagine Mihala and her traditionalists will only make it harder to leave now. You know your own mind. There's something to be said for that.
True. And you've a date with the gods soon. We can only hope that you'll make better decisions.
Enough talking in circles. Let's save our strength for the garden. I, for one, could use a long rest. And I'm betting the envoy could, too.
I know. I'm excited too, dearie. But we need our beauty sleep, don't we?
Envoy? I've seen Mount Forgia erupt before, but never like that. It's like it was angry, like it was screaming in pain. I don't know what really happened, but I assume Soppadal was involved. Blessed gods. Is it too much to ask to just let us live our lives for a while? It's like they have nothing better to do. Anyway. Until next time.
Careful with that thing. We're not even sure what it does. And some of us have to sleep here.
It will sunder all the living lands if we do not put a stop to it.
I know. I felt the lives lost.
It is inexcusable. The forces of nature must be kept in balance. This abuse cannot go unpunished.
Our siblings are at odds.
They hesitate at their peril. They have grown soft, blind to the predators lurking in their midst.
It is a being of instinct, not malice.
Its instincts cannot be tamed. I will go alone if I must.
Margaret is right. We should not act in haste. If we rally our minds... No.
No. What do you mean?
We are too late. I sense a great shift in the Aedyr. One of our siblings has moved with terrible strength. What have they done?
May the hunt begin.
There. Adds a little culture to the camp, doesn't it?
I'm starting to suspect that every single leader in the Living Lands is incompetent. Truly, is there no vetting process? Hopefully those in Solace Keep will choose their leaders with more care in the future. But we should check on Marius. I'll make him some soothing perfume, but I think a few words from you would help too. Why would I be mad at you consigning a people to a lifetime imprisoned by their traditions and literal stone walls? Well, that doesn't sound like me at all. I do not envy the Pargrunen in any case. Meeting that council gave me a new appreciation for Vidaru. Barrett's balls. What a nightmare. We're losing focus on the important things. Things like the garden. Oh, come on, Envoy, let's get going. How can I help, darling? I'm starting to suspect that every single... Truly. Hopefully those inside... But we should... Well, of course, I'm not suggesting it's always a fix for issues. But those poor Pargrunen are clearly prisoners of their traditions. I think getting rid of the keep could have helped more than they realized. I do not envy the Pargrunen in any case. Meeting that council? Barrett's ball. Always a play.
I must admit, I had my doubts about Solace. It was like a dungeon, except the wardens were the prisoners. You could have helped Kostya destroy the keep, but you left it standing. Why? I agree. A decision like this belongs to the community, not the ambitions of one man. Even if Solace isn't going anywhere, I think your arrival was a sign of changes to come. Wherever you go, you break people out of their habits. You banish the old ways. Or perhaps you don't give yourself enough. Wherever that power comes from, whether it's your heritage or political status, it's a terrible burden. I don't envy you, but at least you keep things interesting. If I must. Let me get this straight. You spoke to the spirit of Nandru, a godlike, same as you. What did he say? Any advice? Any words of encouragement? Oh. I take it that wasn't what you expected. I should have seen this coming. Never listen to the dead. They're cynical, full of regret, and determined to make us all miserable. Thankfully, you're still alive. Fate is in your hands. See? The future is looking brighter already. No one is closer to Sapodal than you are. Nandru lost that privilege when he died, which means you alone can judge the god of the living lands. Your opinion is the one that counts. A caged animal lashes out at friend and foe alike. For what it's worth, I think you're going to be fine. No matter what you do about Sapodal, it can't get any worse. I wish I could say the same for the living lands. Not before I've done some reading.
Envoy? Blacked out at that Aedyr and the lava tubes beneath Solace. But it seemed different somehow. Right. I actually believe you. This is madness, Envoy. You spoke to the founder of Solace. Well, that's not what I was expecting. People in Solace always claim they're speaking the word of Nandru. And here you are, actually hearing from the man. Doesn't even really matter what he said if you ask me. There are hundreds of Pargrunen who'd give anything to hear Nandru's voice. Blessed day impressive is what that is. Envoy, what do you need? Thanks for talking. Yonatan.
I beg your pardon?
Huh? You sneezed. Yonatan.
Yanatat. Is it supposed to sound like a sneeze?
How should I know?
Thank you, dear. But I think I just got some perfume ingredients stuck in my nose.
Right. Just be careful. There's something going around the camp. I think Kai caught some kind of...
Yanatat.
Closer. We have waited so long.
Well, this is it, I guess. Feels very different from the last time I left Galawain's tusks. I will say, it's nice to look out and see Solace still standing. Thanks for that. Right. It's better that an Aedyr envoy do it.
Solace is still standing. And so are you. We're in this together.
Just so you know, Kai, it's starting to sound like you like me.
If you happen to need a reminder, do let us know. Brooding in silence can be quite the mood killer.
Not to spoil the moment with good news, but I doubt the rest of the island has been quiet while we've been looking for the garden. Things have only gotten more tense since Fior, and the Steel Garrote probably hasn't been doing us any favors on that front.
Especially when they're led by a woman who doesn't seem interested in staying dead. Not to mention, after we take care of the Envoy's little god problem, we'll still have an empire bearing down on us.
I guess that's why you and Soppadal are due for a heart-to-heart, or whatever you have with a god.
Can't say I'm too excited about just walking into the garden. I grew up learning I needed to protect that place, but it never felt like more than a children's tale to me.
I hear you. This island is weird enough when all we have to worry about are vengeful plans and soul-altering corruption.
Am I the only one who's looking forward to the garden? We're pioneers, stepping into the great unknown, a land of mystery.
We have to remember to love them in spite of their lack of proper enthusiasm, dearie. You have such a way with words, Envoy.
I have a theory about the garden, or a warning, depending on how you want to look at it. Soppadal has been imprisoned a long time. The garden will be a reflection of their dreams, their nightmares, their madness.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw visions or hallucinations, and not even the fun kind.
Sanity won't get us through the garden. Madness opens the mind to discovery. So madness is what we need right now. Before we go any further, I have to ask you something. You told the Inquisitor that you intend to free Soppadal, set them loose upon the world. Is that still the plan? For once, I'm all out of ideas. Anyone else?
I'm a soldier. I prefer leaving these decisions to people like you. But if you're asking for input, I don't entirely disagree with Ludwig on this. She may be a monster, but she's not the only one the Living Lands has seen. Soppadal could render this whole island as barren as the tusks in a fit of anger.
Soppadal caused the Dream Scourge. All of this pain. I don't think I can forgive that. Especially after seeing Iancu. I just can't let that go.
Think of what we could learn from Soppadal. Perhaps there's a way we can keep everyone alive.
Soppadal is responsible for the spiritual health of the Living Lands, and the island has suffered for it. No matter what the Inquisitor said, I don't believe there's a right or wrong choice to make here. Just the one you believe in. Just one. Remember, we're stepping into a realm that is both physical and spiritual in nature, if you can call it nature. There's no telling how long we'll be gone. For all we know, time could run backwards in the garden.
Not a chance. We're a crew now, so you're stuck with me until the end. Marius?
I told you I'd be with you till the end. I don't go back on my promises. What about you, Giada?
You're not going into the garden without me. I have to see this with my own eyes. Yatsli, if you feel like running back to Quilici, now would be the time. No one would think less of you.
And tell Quilici that I missed out on the most exciting part.
And you don't have to. We pull together, and that's plenty.
I plan on wandering the garden whether I'm traveling with you or not. I have to find out what the big deal is.
Agreed. I'm not waiting in camp while the rest of you have all the fun. Hope to see you out there, Marius.
Well, let's go then. We can't keep your god waiting.
So, this is it. The spiritual epicenter of the living lands. Where it all began, and where it all ends. For so long I have looked out on a horizon full of possibilities. Now that it's here, I'm too scared to breathe. Oh, why am I so anxious? That's certainly true. No Animancer has ever set foot in the garden before. Do you remember when Manto Pastor sent you after the heart of an Adragan? That was nothing compared to this. We are standing in the beating heart of the living lands. Just imagine what we can do with it. I almost turned my back on Animancy. And if I'm being honest, it was a relief. But now that we're here, who am I to reject my upbringing, my potential? My parents were going to build a better world for Animancers. That dream was their legacy to me. You and I have come farther than they did, to an impossible place where anything can happen. Anything. Of course you are. I don't know what's going to happen, but you've had my back since the beginning. I won't forget it. Who could rest at a time like this? Looks like a dead end. Oh, I stand corrected. Tane was here? As in, Tane's came before.
Tane was here? Oh, I can't believe we missed him.
Don't see a better way down. You first.
Cannonball!
When you find Soppadal, I hope you tell him how much I love what they've done with this place. And you've got to enjoy it where you can find it. Besides, as divine prisons go, I can imagine much worse. Let's hope they don't have any nightmares while we're here. Judging from their outbursts at Mount Forja and Nakukubel, they're skewing towards the danger in that mix. Aha. I've heard that one before. Usually before a lot of tears, a lot of drinks, and a lot of, I should have known better. Still, you taught me that a person can grow beyond their flaws. Why wouldn't the same be true of a god? I hope you're right, because we are all in trouble if you're wrong. You know, if Soppadal were only a smuggler, assassin, or bandit, I'd be right there with you. But knowing they could end us all with a temper tantrum puts things in perspective. I guess we've all got our limits. And I don't envy you having to deal with the loose cannon of a god. But I envy even less the mess you're going to have if, when, we escape this place. Lucky thing your emperor sent his best representative as his envoy, right? You'll have your work cut out for you. A lot of people aren't going to make that distinction. Especially when your ambassador Heelgard hosted Ludwig in Paradis for as long as her assistance was convenient. You may have averted the attack on Fjord, but this is one situation where it's the thought that counts. And yeah, I know that's on the Steel Garrote, but it's not lost on anyone that your people despise animancy. Not when Heelgard banned the practice in Paradis. Oh, I wish I were finished. Ringra may have unleashed some powerful magic against the Dream Scourge, but she left a lot of corpses in her wake. It doesn't look good for your people. Not when Ludwig was also in the region, and your people had a garrison at Eagle's Reach. And then there's Solace. You might have saved the keep, but no one's going to talk about the disaster that didn't happen. They're going to talk about why Mount Forja erupted after all this time. You'd be surprised where people can find blame when they're spun up. And it looks real bad when a Steel Garrote force just so happened to be there when it went down. Fairly or not, a lot of blame's gonna be laid at Aedyr's door. And if I had to guess, I don't think Heelgard's been helping matters while you've been out here. If and when we get out of here, we're walking into a powder keg. And you'll have to choose a side. That's the part I don't envy. I admire your principles, but don't underestimate what they could demand of you. Look, I've been there. I fought for Rauatai's interest in the Deadfire for longer than I like to admit. And lost my stomach for it eventually. That's how I wound up here. But I will tell you now, I never could have fought my own brothers and sisters. I hope that's not what it comes down to. But I'll understand if that's a line you can't cross. I don't mean to burden you. It's late, and you've still got a god to face. Just know that whatever you choose, I'll fight alongside you. I'm with you to the end of this. Anytime. Good night, envoy.
How did you end up in Paradis?
Envoy, what do you need? Not before I've done some reading.
Anyway, I was
Envoy, what do you need? Let's... the only one... I don't know. Things have changed a bit, I guess. She's not so bad. I mean, she's loud and impulsive and always trying to get herself killed, and she keeps saying things to get a rise out of me, Envoy. But, joke's on her. No one's gotten a rise out of me in years. But other than that, we can get along. She can be sweet, too, when she's not introducing me to a new word for my oaken acorns. Pleasant dreams. This might sound weird, but can I have some of your fur?
Well, it's quite the way to start a conversation. Why do you want my fur?
I think I could use it as insulation.
If you want me to keep you warm at night, you need only ask, darling. The Quilichi might have something to say about it.
Right. Well, sorry I asked.
A breath held. Trepidation. You are close, yet distant still. Bars were not enough. They writhe. They seek to silence us. Only essence sustains them now. Hatred seated in the heart. We wonder. Deer leaps at its reflection in the lake. You have defied our expectations at every turn. Perhaps we should not have been. A question like the ocean. What is wanting? What is what? We would run, roll with the tide, sink our fingers into new earth. Whisper in the fields, lift the hills gently in our hands. We did once. New sweet peas bloom in the grove. We would try. Vengeance denied. Squandered. This cannot be. We feel nothing amiss. We speak of freedom when the hand still clasps around our throat. Wake now. Find us.